I pushed
Yes,
it.
I did.
Yep, because you just tweeted at me. Just hang on. 1, 2. Okay, we're here.
Yep. So we are.
We are. And we're early today. We is early today. And why are we early today?
Because it's somebody's birthday and we're going out for dinner.
Yeah, and he doesn't watch anyways, so
He
I think we
doesn't
should
watch
tie him down and
anyways.
make him watch. What do you think?
He doesn't watch because he's afraid I'm going to talk to him.
Or talk
Not
about
talk
him?
about him.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Scotty? Yeah.
Yeah, we know he's not watching. It's okay. We can say what we like, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we could.
What do you got today? I haven't got a lot today. The only one I want to talk about is YouTube's CEO is retiring.
Okay, go ahead.
And she's been around like forever. Let me get her proper name because I couldn't try to spell it without it. They call it resigning. She's retiring.
But she's been around for a long time, though, so it's time for a change.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name. You ready for this? Anyway, how's your spelling and pronunciation skills?
Go ahead.
It's Wojcicki.
Wojcicki?
Sure. She's stepping down. She was one of Google's first employees.
Wow.
Now, I'm not sure if that's pre-takeover or post. Did she come over from Google? She's been there for 9 years.
Seen a lot of change.
She's seen quite a bit of changes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next week we'll talk about the new CEO. We won't give them both airtime on the same time, same week.
Do you know anything about the new CEO?
I do not. I was listening to it from Linus's WAN show on Friday. He actually's met the new CEO.
Oh, yeah?
He hasn't met Susan, but he has met the new CEO. His name is Neil. I'm going to say Monahan. Monahan? M-O-H-A-N?
Mohan.
Mohan. Sure, that'll do. Oops, hang on. Paywall in the news story I'm looking at. Close, pop-up ads, Disney Plus. You gotta love the ads. You need to have an ad blocker just to read a newspaper. Oh, go away. Sorry, there was a video on the thing. So he has been around. She's been around for quite a while. Because where Google started, right, was her garage.
Wow.
Whether it's her parents' garage. Doesn't say.
That gives me hope.
Well, yeah, because they rented her garage, the two creators of Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Wow, I didn't even have to read that. I actually knew that. They rented it for 5 months. Menlo Park, of course, Silicon Valley. 1998, and hired her shortly after they moved into Google's first office. So she has been around ever since. Wow.
I was looking for my fireplace. I can see it.
You see behind you there? Yeah, it's the
No, this way. No,
other way. Other shoulder.
this way.
It's over your right side.
Over this way.
Yeah, it's right over behind your head.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it through your... I can turn off the blur and you'll see it better.
See it through my head?
Right there.
Yeah, my fireplace. We changed angle, and normally my fireplace is right here. And
Yeah, we changed it instead of from a side view to almost a straight on because it just looked better. Yeah, the only thing that it did cause is we had to change the lens.
That's true. We
We went with the original pancake lens.
Yeah.
But it has a zoom, so whatever.
Yep.
Looked a little better when we had the Sigma lens on there, which is what I have. You got really large. We were pretty much looking up your nose.
Yeah.
It was a little too close.
Yeah. When you can count my freckles, that's kind of gross.
Well, some of us like freckles.
Mm. Girls with freckles and girls with tattoos.
There you go.
Yeah.
But anyways, finishing my story.
Yes.
She's been around Google since the beginning. And then Google's acquisition of YouTube, which wasn't that long ago. And now look at them. There was 2 competitors for the YouTube.
Isn't Amazon after it?
They were after it as well. Yeah, Jeff was after it as well. Guess who won? I'm kind of glad.
Google. Yeah.
Because Amazon bought Twitch when they couldn't get YouTube, and look what happened. I really don't think Amazon cares about Twitch. It's running, and that's about it.
Well, as long as it's making a profit, I suppose they don't care. It's when it starts to have issues that.
Bad me. Sorry, answering a message. I just put my phone on mute. But yeah, that's the really only thing I had this week. There's not been a lot going on in the tech world. It's kind of quiet. Everybody's too busy playing Hogwarts Legacy.
And that seems to be a lot of fun.
Why? There we go. I was going to say I didn't see my face on my YouTube stream.
That seems to be a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and it seems to have had the little whole controversy that we talked about last week. Seems to have had the reverse effect on it. If you look at Steam's numbers, it's probably one of its most played games. Behind Call of Duty, of course. I mean, people aren't going to give that up. I only played that once. I haven't played in a while, so I'd be really rusty. I'd have to start up practicing again.
So I get this
Pull your mic a little closer to you.
this subscription in my email that I get regularly. This is breaking up, is it not?
What?
My voice.
That's because you're too far away.
It's
move
up
the mic.
my nose.
Move the mic closer to you.
All right.
It's good. You're good in my ears.
Anyways, I have a subscription to this thing called the Daily
Yes.
and it's inspirational things. And I was looking through them today, trying to catch up because, you go, oh, I'll read that later. And then you don't. So, anyways, I was looking through them today, and there was a couple of ones that I wanted to share.
Go for it.
And one is a nice segue from Hogwarts being fun to play, because I watch you play, or I listen to you play while I'm doing something else, and you laugh a lot, and you are really engaged in the storyline, but you laugh a lot. So this Daily Om talks about the benefits of belly laughs, of having a good laugh. And it says, it is easy to laugh when we feel good, but it's when the world appears dim that we most need laughter in our lives. As children, we laugh hundreds of times each day, delighted by the newness of living. When we reach adulthood, however, we tend to not allow ourselves to let go in a good belly laugh. Inviting laughter back into our lives is simply a matter of making the conscious decision to laugh. Though most of us are incited to laugh only when exposed to humor or the unexpected, each of us is capable of laughing at will. A laugh that comes from the belly comes with it from the same positive effects, whether prompted by a funny joke or consciously willed into existence. I think that would be a bit weird.
What's that?
Willing a laugh into existence.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have the same benefit.
In other words, forced.
No, well, yeah, but it doesn't have the same, because when you, like when I'm watching a TikTok or something, and some bizarre thing goes on, and I go, like your whole body's into it. It's difficult to imitate that.
Yeah.
Really,
when it's spontaneous, it's a whole lot different than when you fake it.
Yeah, but these folks feel like we need to go after the big laugh.
Yeah.
And I think maybe just go watch a comedy and have a good laugh. I don't know about that. About, faking it till you make it kind of thing. However, when you're in a glump, it's difficult.
Sometimes a fake laugh is all you need to start it.
Yeah, possibly. So they might have a point. They might have a point that when you see you're watching some comedian and you think, yeah, and then they cracky one. You're laughing.
And you just laugh.
Maybe, the warm-ups, the pre-game warm-up, the
Yep.
kind of laugh is at least a start and step in the right direction. To see, it's all about perspective, hey? To get your mind out of the gloomy Gus.
Yep.
Oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills this month? Oh, what's this doing? Something from
Takes
work
you away
is-
from your real life for a little while.
Something from work is aggravating me. Well, here I've spent 1 minute being slightly distracted and entertained, and
Yep.
that's a good thing.
Yep.
I say, right?
Lost your head for a second.
No, what else did you have?
I don't know. I was just winging it today.
You're just winging it today.
Yeah, I'm too busy trying to keep my monitors from slapping me in the face.
There was another one about, if I can get back to my email, the benefits of singing.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear that from me, thanks.
No, but I'm one of these people that I got in trouble from kindergarten for, I'd be doing my little coloring.
And you're
thing
humming away?
or whatever, and I'd be humming away, humming away, or singing a little song that I kind of made up and that kind of thing. And I was always getting into trouble
Mm-hmm.
for that. Between that and wanting to write with my left hand, I just gave my early teachers
Fits.
aneurysms.
Well, I'll let you in on a little secret,
What's that?
because you don't hear it, because you're not in my head, so to speak.
Yeah,
But when I'm playing hockey,
yeah.
I will sing to myself when it's down the other end.
Say,
If
stay
you were-
down there,
if
go away.
If you were standing next to me, like literally next to, almost sitting right on me, you could hear it.
Oh yeah,
But I am singing. It's to keep your mind engaged.
yeah.
Because if your mind wanders off into Never Never Land when you're playing, guess what happens? You're turning around and scooping the puck out of your net because you didn't see it. So there is a good point to music. Like I said, I don't sing all that often.
I used to sing to myself as I was walking, particularly if I was scared. I would sing some marching beaded hymn from church or something about the devils walking behind me, and all. If I was scared walking and my keys between my fingers and walking down some dark street.
I would almost think that's it comes from, does playing live music count?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I've got kids that have their own soundtrack in the headset, as they're walking along. And there's that too. I mean, you see people all the time singing in their cars to the radio and like that.
Yes.
So those things are all, those are all the same kind of thing. It's just whether you think you can sing or not, you should do it. It should, because it comes from inside you. Like, you can always tell when you know me well enough to know that if I don't sing in the shower, then I'm having a bad day. And my kids crazy when they were younger, because everything had a musical line to it. I mean, go and do your dishes, and like.
Have you
those
seen
kind of
that? There's a TikTok about that, where he's giving his kids his instructions, so to speak, using Alanis Morissette.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. A kindred spirit.
Yep. It's
Thanks.
really funny.
Yeah. And I would sing them lullabies at night.
Yep.
And the birthday boy here that we were talking about earlier does not like to hear me sing, because I think it reminds him of me making him go to bed. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he, it's not good.
Oh, you mean like
but
the
the other ones do.
was it a Facebook post I read where they figured out their kids' daycare uses a song to get them to pick up all their toys?
Oh, yes.
And they started to sing it at home, and the kid instinctively went and started picking up his toys.
Yeah.
Or like that one last week at the
Mindless
arena.
Drone. Yes.
There's a story.
What's that one?
The kid at the rink last week, where the
Yes.
mother yelled "freeze."
Oh, yeah. I was sitting out waiting for hyperlynx here. He was getting changed from playing hockey. I was sitting out there, and there's a bunch of little kids. Oh, I guess you're about to start playing hockey.
Yeah, because it would have been the kids
And
from
the kids
that are on
from
the other rink.
the previous use of the rink were out in the
Yep.
what would you call that, lobby,
Yep.
getting changed, which is to me kind of odd, but whatever. They were all getting changed and organized, and I noticed they'd run into the bathroom to do the really private things of getting changed, but for the most part they were changing out in the lobby.
Yeah, which is
And this
weird, but
one
okay.
kid came along with dragging his hockey bag behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And his mother stopped for a minute because the other brother didn't have a sweater or jacket on or something. And she was organizing him. And the first kid went marching out towards the door. And she called his name and said, "Freeze." And he stopped dead in his tracks and just stood there without moving. And I looked at her and I looked at him and I said, "That's impressive." And she said, "Yeah, it works about 6% of the time." It was very funny.
We all have, I guess you'd say, trigger words like that make you stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Although it was really funny when my mom would have to run through all the kids' names to get to yours,
Oh, yeah.
which means you had time to get the hell out of the room. What? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I used to do that too when I was calling the kids. I'd go through all the ones. And it was interesting because, like, if your kids' names start with similar letters,
Yep.
I can see it. But when they all start different sounds entirely.
Yeah, that must mess you up royally, eh?
No particular reason why I would have to go through the list. And finally, I just go, "You, hey, here, now."
The person standing in front of me.
Yes.
You.
But it was return favor because I used to have days where I would not answer to the word mom
Yeah.
or any derivative thereof. They had to call me Auntie Griselda simply because it took them longer to say.
Oh, sorry. Echo.
And
It was an echo, sorry.
when my daughter said that she was at work and she's doing training with a bunch of staff, and all she hears is her name all the time because they're asking her questions. And she said she was thinking about me and Auntie Griselda and really, really, really understood why I did that.
You know, it is funny, speaking of parents and things like that. I don't know if you've had it, but I've had it a couple of times. Too loud?
No, I'm having trouble hearing you, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
It's coming through loud. My meter's bouncing. But you'll say something, you go, "Oh God, I just sounded like my mother."
Yeah.
Or my dad. And it's usually when talking to your kids.
Well, I do that too. I go, "Oh my God, that was my mother."
Yep.
Stop it.
Yep.
Yes.
What else you got floating over there? Like I said, I'm just winging it today, so I'm feeding off of you.
Well, I had another one here that are talking about one of.
We could talk about what we did for Valentine's Day too. Because when our last show,
Yes.
we didn't have anything yet. Because it was 2 days before.
Right.
We went to a movie.
We went to a movie.
Well, I went to a hockey game too.
Yeah. Some of us got cards and gifts.
Some of it, well,
And some of us.
you could
Did
say that's
not.
why I bought the movie tickets, right? We'll go with that.
Yes, but some got taken out to the movie.
Yes, it was enjoyable.
And had a nice drink, and yeah. So we went to see Avatar.
The Way of Water, the new one. I thought I better put that in there.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. My biggest, by the way, we have a fan talking to us on our chat.
We did.
Or over here on this device.
Okay. On your device?
Yeah. I sent my link to someone
Okay.
for the stream. But anyways, I really enjoyed that movie because, yeah, it was 3D. And generally, I don't like 3D movies just because I wear glasses.
I had the 3D thingies over my glasses.
I used to do that, but it used to be so uncomfortable. So the screens that are big enough, it doesn't bother it. Vicky just said, "Yeah, that's me, the fan." Vicky's watching, by the way.
Hi, Vicky.
She's, that's me, the fan. One of. There's a few here. I got 4 or 5. I think you got 4 or 5 yourself. On your channel as well. But the way it flipped from 3D to non-3D, you didn't notice. Because there were parts of that movie that weren't in 3D. Really.
Yeah, it kept flipping in and out, you said. I had the glasses on, so I...
Well, every now and again, like when the movie first started, when it first came on, that it was, you know what 3D looks like if you take your glasses off.
All kind of...
All squirrely and blurry
fuzzy,
and yeah, makes your eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Well, there were sections, if you flipped your glasses up, you didn't notice because it was perfectly in focus because it wasn't 3D. But then it would switch and you didn't even notice.
Yeah.
It was long though. Oh, that was a long movie.
There was a couple of moments, like when I think of 3D, it's really just a
gimmick.
It's like a clearer version. It's not that the old where the thing comes into your face. But there was a couple of those where the spear came in. It was like, or there was a fishing line that kind of went over your left ear, kind of.
You were ducking.
Yeah. I ducked a couple of times.
That's what they're after. Could you imagine? And I don't do it because it would make me sick. But there are people that do the 3D with the motion seats. Ew. I did one of the Avengers movie with those motion seats and it just about made me vomit. I had to turn it down to almost nothing.
Is that do you call that DDD or something? Where
the 3D movie
bounces around, the seat bounces
the 4D
around?
movies, yeah.
Yeah, I did that once with a movie and I thought, well, that was a waste of money.
It's fine it depends on the movie, right?
There's a car chase, and so, the thing went like this with the car. Yeah. But I don't want to be in the car, in the car chase.
I wanted to be in a car. I'd have gotten in a car.
I don't. Thank you. That's no good.
Yeah, no.
But there was a couple of those moments in this, but for the most part, it was
a really good movie. I liked it.
Really good.
I figured it was time to go see it. Hang on. You paused. There we go. It was time to go see it because it was going to show up on Disney Plus eventually, and I had heard it was best to see it on the big screen.
Oh yeah, I can see that because there's such vast scenes of flying.
Even then, I wouldn't call that
the water
a big screen. We were so far away from the screen.
Those, I don't know what the heck those, like they were like whales, but
not quite.
The front of them opened like this.
Yeah, careful now. Spoilers.
Kind of creepy looking.
This is a spoiler-free show.
Oh, well. I'm pretty sure that's in the trailer.
Oh, it is.
But I thought the plot kind of went on too long. They could have edited a wee bit of that out.
But James Cameron, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I'm beeping.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Why are you beeping?
No, that was me. I accidentally hit the volume up. No, I'm on my headphones.
Oh.
It's telling me my headphones are all the way up.
Oh, okay.
Thought maybe my battery died.
I'm not sure which way to look here because you are actually
over there. Or over here. You're over there. We get told we sound like radio talk show hosts.
Oh, yeah? That's cool.
Kind of the look we're after.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
This is just a chill session where we sit and chill and talk about how things went last week and any news pieces. Like, I didn't have a lot because Tech Week's kind of slow. Everybody's playing Hogwarts. So even a major game producer like Ubisoft delayed an update to one of their games.
Because Hogwarts was
taken over, yep. And then they gave everybody, I gotta go in and collect that, by the way, a whole bunch of goodies for them delaying the update. Now I call that paying attention to your competition. Why fight it?
Yeah.
Right? I just realized looking over at the rack that everything's in here, it's crooked. It's leaning backwards.
Your rack?
Towards the wall. That's bad. That means the floor has sunk.
Well,
it ain't that heavy.
This place is kind of... It's been around since 1969, so...
Oh, it's younger than me then. It can't be that bad.
You're falling apart too.
Hey, careful now. I am not yet. They're putting me back together, remember?
Yes.
Slowly.
One suture at a time.
One suture at a time, yeah. Mm-hmm. One hair follicle at a time. At least it's coming back. Actually, I never really lost the hair on my head.
You did so.
It just got thinned out. It was still there.
So I could use a chamois to brush it.
It was still there though. Not like the last time when it literally was gone. I was smoother than a baby's butt all the way along.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an image.
That's a TMI.
That was an image our viewers didn't need. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
that was a TMI.
Almost. Hey, this is an adults only show.
Uh-huh.
No?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I tried. Yeah, every time I look at that shot, we got to put a light back there.
Yeah, I just wish you could see my fireplace a bit better.
Well, I can fix that. That's easy.
It's
Watch.
so cute.
As soon as I find my mouse. Just a second. No, it's over here. How about that?
That's better.
Now you can see the mess behind me.
Well, it's okay.
Like
It's
the
not much of a
coffee.
mess.
No, the coffee thing's right there.
Oh, on there. Oh, well, your mess.
Yeah, I can't do that. I have to
The
have both
mess.
of us out of
Your mess.
focus, but what I can do is change the depth of the focus a little bit. There we go. That's better. You can't see it, but I can.
So I did like housework this week,
Oh,
which
no.
is unusual, but not usually a focus. I'm usually focused on writing
Mm-hmm.
or editing or something.
Yep.
And my writing, I did do a fair bit of illustrations though
I
for
saw
my.
that.
I have a children's
So,
book that another one that I'm.
On that
coming up
note,
with.
you coming to hockey again on Tuesday? You sit in the penalty box and draw?
What, and have Buddy give me shit for not watching the game?
Oh, pfft. The guy's Mr. Sarcastic.
I used
He's
to go
a
to
65-year-old
church
donkey.
when I was a kid.
Doctor.
When I was a teenager,
Mhm.
I used to have to go to church 3 times every Sunday.
Ew.
There was a morning thing.
It was
there
hard enough
a-
to get me to go
there
once.
was like Sunday school, and then there was church,
Mhm.
and then in the evening there was an evangelical kind of
Right.
church service. Lots more hymn singing and stuff. And it was like I would sit and do homework, or I would sit and write poetry,
Yeah.
or doodle or something, because how many sermons can you really absorb in one freaking day?
They weren't all the same, though, right?
So, but I would be listening, and so my mother used to give me crap because, it doesn't look good for the minister's daughter to be not behaving. Seriously, that's what we do, ministers' children.
Oh, yeah, you guys are
Don't
just
behave.
evil little
Because
rats, right?
we're ministers' children. But anyways, and she would give me a hard time. And then so Dad would get so that Monday at breakfast, he'd say, okay, here's the test. What's this? What's this? What's this? And I could tell exactly what was said in the services and tell you what the scripture was and the whole thing. And yet I had been writing poetry and doodling. And he said, leave her alone. She's absorbing in her own way. And that's the same thing. I'm at the hockey game and I'm not there to watch the hockey players. I'm there to keep an eyeball on my goalies, because both goalies are my boyfriends, and I want to make sure that they're not banging their head on the ice, or I want to see how they're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as they race past me, I kind of look up to see what the end result of the race past me was, because I'm sitting halfway in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Buddy comes by. Are you keeping score? Is it your business what I'm doing exactly?
Some old people are very sarcastic.
And then when I'm outside, he's like, thanks for watching. I said, yeah, I was actually.
I was.
You guys are a lot more... I think you've got some younger players.
Yeah, we're
They're a
having
lot more
quite
aggressive
we're having
with
quite the
their-
turnover.
Well, they were body checking and knocking each other flying, and
Yeah, there was a few of those. That's
And-
called I'm going this way, and this guy's going this way. Neither one of them are looking at each
yeah,
other.
they may want to roll it back a bit, because some of those players are 80 and better
Yep.
years old. Like it's old crows for a reason.
It's because they don't keep their head up, because there is no body contact, so they skate with their head down,
Yeah, and so these new guys come in and they're like lacing them out.
trying to be in the same spot at the same time, which we all know doesn't work.
One guy did a face plant right across from center ice, and
Oh, yeah.
not far from Jason's
Yeah.
And center ice right across the boards.
Yeah.
And I thought he's going to be having to get new teeth or something.
Got the nickname of
Jeez.
Zamboni.
Yeah.
Because he cleans the ice every time he slides. I would hate to see a nickname for me. I don't have one yet.
No, you spend a fair bit of time laying on the ice there, so does the other one.
I get up, though.
Yeah, you do.
Eventually.
You do. Yeah.
Sometimes it's, oh shit, here they come again. Let's just stay down here.
Yeah, and I wave at you guys and do my little it's a wave thing.
Yeah, you're a single person
wave and that kind of stuff.
I try not to recognize you're there because I'm allowed to get a puck off the side of the head because I'm not paying attention. But I know you're there.
Well, I could wear, something different.
Freeze. Yeah, it's already cold enough in that ring.
Yeah. My cheerleader duds are not coming out.
No.
Anytime soon.
Jeez, I think I'd pay money to see that. Yeah, but see, there's only one thing.
Little booty shorts on
There's
the ice.
only one AED in the arena.
One AD?
AED. Defibrillator.
Oh, that's true. A bunch of 80-year-olds on the ice. It might be vomit buckets we need, not defibrillators. I'm not sure.
You realize that there are now 5 actual physicians on our team.
Well, that's a good thing.
2 of them are cardiac surgeons.
Yeah, that's a good
We
thing.
have a couple of athletic therapists, which is really handy if any of us get hurt. Wow, look at, was it last year we had a guy had a heart attack on the ice?
Can you not rack your chair? Because
Why?
it's squeaking. I can hear it. Yeah.
Not squeaking.
Kind of sound. Yeah.
Here, it stopped. After you said that, it stopped.
Oh,
It
there
got
you
mad
go.
at you. But yeah,
So-
well, we had one guy last year had a heart attack on the ice.
Yes, I remember.
He's
Yes.
playing, by the way.
Pardon me?
He's playing again.
He's playing again?
Yeah,
Oh,
played last week.
yeah, you can't take the hockey player out of the hockey player, right?
No. Well, look at me. I had one on the ice. Didn't even know. Went home.
Yeah.
Played the next day, didn't I? Again? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Tuesday. Yeah. Then we figured out, oh, by the way, you had a heart attack. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. And then the surgeon said after the stent went in that you can go back to playing as soon as this heals. Because it's exercise.
Yeah, that's true.
Exercise.
But the thing is, when you do exercise suddenly, when you've been a couch potato, like the guys that go out and shovel their driveway
after doing nothing all
after
summer.
doing nothing, and it's
Yeah.
the sudden thing that.
Well, look at my first ice this year, because it'd been the first time I was back on the ice since my surgeries and all that. Right? I had no strength in my legs.
Yes.
I could not lift myself up off the ice.
Yeah. So it's important to do other things,
Yeah.
and we do have that treadmill that's
The clothes hanger.
a clothes hanger pretty much.
Yeah, we'll get
downstairs.
there. We'll get there.
I got my little
Your
riding
little bike.
riding.
Hey,
bike.
I've got my little exercise thing under the desk here.
I have a little riding thingy. It's like a set of pedals that I can put in front of my recliner.
You can't see it, but
and I put it there, and then when there's a commercial, I ride
yeah.
during the commercial, and it
I
gets
mean,
my
look at me. I've got an exercise thing under my desk here.
it helps because I've got one bum knee. So
It's actually rudder pedals, but we won't tell anybody.
what under your desk there?
Yeah, because they can move my legs, see?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. People keep giving me things for my feet, so
Are they
I've
trying
got
to tell you something?
I've got
Hang on, I
a
gotta
couple of
adjust my
electronic things downstairs too. But I don't want to plug anything more in up.
chair. No, goodness, no.
Yeah, so I
We
think I'll
talked
bring
about that last week where you
pedal.
plug something in and everything goes
The
pop.
pedal thing is me powered, so
Well, the beauty is if we blow a breaker in here, we could still finish the show.
yeah.
Because there's enough on the UPSs to run the show and the internet stays going.
Oh, well, that's
The
good to know.
modem's plugged into it. The computers, I'd go down to one monitor, but everything else is plugged into a UPS.
See, you can't escape us.
I know. No, we're here
We're here.
and we're not going anywhere. We are not doing badly. We would use a few more viewers. Thanks, guys. Those that are here, there's a few here. But it is that point. This is usually where we go, hey, sponsor time.
Oh,
I still haven't got my links done yet
no.
because I
Okay.
can't find them.
So the sponsor for this is Philidith Publishing Corp. So website is philidithbooks.com, FILIDH books.com. And this is Philidith's 20th anniversary year, 2023. And we're accepting submissions of manuscripts, looking to publish hopefully 20 titles, but
You
let's
never
see.
know.
And we've published 10 titles in a year before, so we're a small independent press. We're also doing a 20th anniversary
There you go.
anthology.
It's on screen.
There you go. 20th anniversary anthology. So you click on that black square there that says accepting submissions, and it'll tell you what the details are for all of that. What's the pay and what's the requirements and all that stuff is all right there.
It's a good thing I looked, before I put that up. Because that's just a screenshot. That's just a capture of my monitor.
Oh.
It's a good thing I didn't have the wrong thing up there.
So that's the 20th anniversary anthology. So it's short stories, essays, or poetry. Prose is a max of 3,000 words, or min. It had to be 3,000 words. The poetry is 40 words. So get those submissions
I'm
in.
just doing a quick run through
This
of our
is our
titles.
new releases from the last
Actually, that's the whole catalog.
year. Is that the whole catalog?
Oh, here. I can do new releases.
Oh yeah, that's
There
the
you go.
whole catalog.
There you go.
New releases right there. That's most recent. So the one in the corner, upper left-hand corner, is my most recent, and it's a selection of children's stories. And then, what are you doing?
Huh?
Children's stories, and so the illustrations are meant to be not too complicated,
Hey.
so that kids can draw themselves and the character and stuff. Like they're originally smaller versions. See at the bottom there? They're originally individuals.
Did you see the review?
What review?
On the bottom of the website.
No, I did not.
Yeah, there's your review there.
Oh, that's cool.
It was on January 18th.
Oh, I'll have to read it.
It says, my daughter is 4 and loves the pictures and stories.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I originally released these as individual stories,
We'll go to those.
and there's
those
a bunch of
except for
pages in
this
the
one.
back where the kid can draw themselves with the character.
Mhm.
So the drawings aren't, too super difficult, because I want the kid to be able to
There, that one's better.
draw them too. And so there's 3.
Yeah, it doesn't have mold.
Yeah. They
It's
should.
because there's only 4 spots.
Oh, there's
on
only
the-
4 spots there that
Yeah.
show, because there's 5. Anyways, all 5 of
Here.
those little ones
There's all
are
5
in the
there.
big one.
There's all 5 there on the page.
Okay. All 5 of those little ones are in the big one. But it's like written so like none of the kid drawing pages are in there. It's all just like a big comic book. And so it's a little on the pricey side, but can't get helped because there's 119 drawings
Yeah, it's a pretty
in
big
that
book.
big book. What's that?
It's a pretty big book.
It's and
Do you
so
have
it's
one?
been it's been
Do you have one up here?
no, I took that to the library.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
right. It's in the
been
library now.
accepted at the Greater Victoria Public Library in their emerging local authors collection for 2023. And
Yep.
I have a book in there. At
You have a
least
couple of
one
books in there.
for like almost every year that they've done this collection. So for the last 5-6 years,
Yep.
I've had a book, at least one in pretty much every time, and which is kind of cool. My adult books are in there as well. Last year I got one of the small versions. Whose book was that? I think it was Kate of Firefly Hearth. Was to in the kid section,
Yeah.
and then my book of poetry called Untethered was it was accepted, and that's cool. It's kind of like, oh, that's pretty cool. I got this award. So you can see the other books that are in there is also on that page, on that first page under. Scroll down a bit and you'll see. No, the main page of the website. Main page of the website. See the gray
here.
seal thing there in the corner? Yeah. You go in there and it'll tell you all the ones that were from last year that were accepted. We had 10 titles accepted into the library last year in this program. They're very exciting for these, for our,
they need to
our
fix
authors.
that.
Anyways, submit, and we do our best to get you published and get you into things like this, and we help you market and all kinds of stuff. So give us a
there's the
look-see.
actual collection there.
Give us a look-see. And so this, I'm working on another set of 5, because the premise is that it's the class menagerie, and the premise is that the teacher is reading, interviewing a stuffed animal. All the kids brought a stuffed animal into the class for their class display, and the teacher's telling the story or reading the story of each of the animals every day at story time in the classroom. And so this is the next week. So that the collection you see there is the first week.
Mm-hmm.
Then this week is the Forest Friends is the second week, and I'm just starting the illustrations. I've got 3 out of 5 stories written, and I'm working on the illustrations for actually it's the second one right now.
Yeah.
And I have to draw. Usually I like to doodle while I'm telling stories to my grandkids, so it's kind of a glorified doodle, but I'm trying to do a little bit more. But once you get them colored, it gets pricey to print. Yeah.
Because anything with images is expensive, but then you had to add color, because they have to do, depending on how they print run now, they have to do a run with one color and then the next color, and I think.
No, I don't think so. I think
That's
it's
how they
just
used to do it.
it's ink. It's colored ink.
That's how they used to do it.
Like yourself, when we go to print something here, the one cartridge black is way cheaper than the color.
The colors are ridiculously
it's just cheaper
expensive.
to print entirely.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't surprise me. It's just unfortunate. I like to print it as a coloring book, and have the kid color himself.
There's a way to do that,
And so I'm thinking about that for next time. However, I'm working on the stories right now for the little books, and then we'll see when I get around to doing the collection of the big books together. I'll see how that feels and what I want to do with that.
Digital coloring book.
But this one is a story of this. So there's three little friends in the forest. There's a little rabbit named Serenity, a squirrel named Willow, and a black lab pup named Maxim. And they go and are farting around together, chasing each other around.
Careful, don't give the story away. No spoilers.
In the forest, and they meet up with the red fox is the grandma figure. In the first book. In the second one, they meet up with another cousin. They're all cousins because they're all named after my grandchildren. So then Xavion's in the third book, and he's a monkey.
Why does that not surprise me?
From the rainforest.
Yep.
And then I have to work on 2 more that feature a polar bear and a sea otter.
Polar bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm working on those.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to put the polar bear and the sea otter together.
No, because the one would eat the other. Yes, that would not be a good thing.
That would be hard to explain.
That would not be a good thing. And I'm working on that. I'm also working on a novel that I've kind of hit a wall with.
Yeah.
But
working around it.
Trying to decide how to
Yep.
work through some issues
exactly.
with. I don't know. It's fiction for Pete's sakes, but anyway.
Yeah. Let's not get into that discussion.
Yeah.
Not here.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying. Anyways, when I was looking around for stuff to talk about tonight, we like to hit on something that's Polly in the news, and I have another subscription of Google telling me what comes up with Polly in the news all the time. And there was this article about a family. Where are they from? Somewhere in the States. Aurora.
Yeah.
Not sure Aurora where.
Me neither.
I
only know of one, and that's in Ontario.
That's in Ontario. Yeah, this is in the States somewhere. Anyways, they use the word polygamy and polyamorous interchangeably in this article, which is really annoying. But anyways, it's a family of one. I think it's one guy and 3 women, and then their children.
Right.
And they want the right. Yeah. So we got April in a relationship with Nick, Jennifer, and Danielle.
Right.
And there's they're saying there's a social stigma to this type of relationship, and they want to have the opportunities that are avail other families, and they want to be able to marry, and because there's legal benefits to
Of course.
a recognized marital union, and they want that all kind of stuff. They include they talk about inheritance and estate planning and health insurance and tax breaks and all kinds of stuff that they want to be able to. Oh, it's Colorado.
Okay.
And they're petitioning for the right to do that. And I'm not sure that I'm very sure that not everybody who practices polyamory is remotely interested in a marital union.
No.
Lots of people practice what you call solo polyamory, which is they live by themselves. They don't even live with other people.
Yep.
And they would not be wanting this kind of deal.
No.
And other people use hand fasting, the Celtic hand fasting, or some variation thereof,
Yep.
to sort of simulate marriage without the legal stuff. But these guys are wanting the legal stuff to it.
Yeah, that's right. That's a whole other can of worms.
Yeah, and I think too, people, if that's what they wanted a marital union, and they wanted the legal benefits and all that stuff.
Right.
They would still have problems because we have income based on family income. So so we're taxed if you marry someone, then you're taxed as a couple.
Right.
Even if common law, you're taxed as a couple, and so there's a downside to it. But if you are a person who is on some form of pension or social assistance that is geared to income geared to income, that sounds silly, but
household income, isn't it?
Geared to family income.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
So I could be a person on welfare or PWD or like a disability income pension or something like that, my eligibility to receive my own income is affected by who I'm married to, who I live with. The assumption is that if you're married to someone with a full-time job, they should be supporting you as your spouse. Well, yeah, it's a good assumption, but it's not. It leaves people open to abuse.
Yep.
If I don't have my own income, then I'm trapped. I'm financially trapped.
You're stuck.
In a relationship that may or may not be ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So to be, I'm thinking, I mean, if you're going to, plan to get married, then you would have thought all these things out and figured that
You would hope so,
stuff. So there's people not getting married because then that makes them, they'll lose their income and their financial freedom. And that's a dangerous place to be in a healthy relationship. It's a super dangerous place to be if things turn bad and the honeymoon is over and he or she is controlling
Mm-hmm.
and abusive. You're trapped, and that's so people will not do it just
For that reason.
Like I've lived through former abusive relationship, and I am absolutely, like, I get hives thinking about being financially dependent on someone. That just I couldn't do that.
No.
So people are just not going to get married. They're just not going to do that. We need to have some adjustments to how that works out.
Yeah.
Like, why should it matter if I'm a person that's disabled, can't work, and I qualify for a pension?
Right.
Why should it matter? I mean, we live in a time where people can't afford their rent. They have to live with other people.
They have to make a choice, rent or food if they live alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't, like, get with the times. It should not matter.
The social safety net is so far behind the times.
Yeah, it is. And so there's been some discussion about basic income.
Yeah.
And I was looking through.
I started to read some of it, but it made my head hurt.
Yeah. Well, so there's, if you Google, what did I Google? BC government review basic income.
Yeah.
And it comes up with the document, which is, oh my God, like 400 pages or something. Skip to the summary.
There's a summary at the back. Read
there's
that.
a summary at the back, and it goes through the points of they're saying. So, and then you look and you can Google basic income trials or countries who have tried or something to that effect. And I got another thing that talks about it, and it's
Didn't
made
Ontario run a trial for a while and it got squashed?
They run a trial for a while, and it all very successful. Kids stay in school because their parents can feed them properly, and they'll stay in school. People are the alcohol and drug consumption goes down. Petty theft and things like that goes down. It has it's very impactful that people have the ability to feed and house themselves. That's something that we really have to look at a lot closer in this country. And I'm thinking that there's been a lot of move with the one thing the pandemic did was give us the idea that people needed help, and they needed to come from the government, and we needed to have subsidies without question. And that's a good road to go. The problem with it is when they talk about how to fund that, people say, "Oh, I'm not paying taxes for that." No, you would.
Yeah, that's the problem. Nobody wants to pay for it.
What they would do is go after financial institutions and taking away tax breaks for the big companies and making life more expensive tax-wise for the wealthiest people.
But they always find a way around it.
In our community. Also, and so that's where's the power in those places. Yeah. So change is going to be difficult to get to happen because it's if they were asking me if I would give $5 of my income to help somebody else eat, or if I would give half my income to give somebody else to eat, okay, that would be a problem. But I think the $5 is probably closer to what the effect would be on the wealthiest of companies and so on. However, where it's also would impact people and you're going to get a lobbying against this is with things like drug and alcohol use going down.
Yeah.
And people being healthier because they can afford to eat better and buy their medications and so on. So I think that they're going to be healthier. So then people like me with diabetes are going to get healthy and not need the medications. Well, Big Pharma's not going to like that. And if I'm not buying booze and I'm not buying whatever medications, those industries are going to suffer. So there's going to be a big lobbying against that just based on those things.
Oh, of course. We can't have them not make their profits.
Well, no, I mean, everybody, I have no problems with people being successful and making their profits and getting wealthy and all that stuff. Hey, let me do it too.
Yeah.
Even if your wealth comes from winning a lottery ticket, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And most people who are in that 1% are there because somebody along the line made some damn good decisions and was very, very lucky. But whatever, good for them. And a lot of them are, philanthropic and want to help. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't donate all of their income and so on. But they get a little antsy, I guess, when these things get talked about because it's going to somehow cost them money. I think the money is already going out through the welfare and through the pensions, and it's already there. And the other thing they talk about in the report is that if we did basic income for however we determine eligibility, it's still not going to...
and that's the bigger issue.
It's still not going to quantify for people who have disabilities or caretaking for like children with disabilities or something. It's not going to help them because they'll need extra. Well, nobody said total income. They said basic income. Of course, there should be different extra stuff for folks that need extra, but they should be able to actually feed and house themselves. Yeah. Let's start with that. Let's let people feed and house themselves, and then we worry about they're getting extra pension here and there and that. Make those separate things. Back make those separate things.
Yeah, when it's really
But again,
necessary.
you shouldn't have to determine your eligibility for stuff redundantly. Several times I've heard people say that they are asked with regularity to prove they're still disabled, and the disability is one that's not ever going to change, and so why would you the redundancy of paperwork is incredible.
Yeah, because they want them off the program because there is some the invisible disabilities like my own and a few others where you don't actually see like a physical actual manifestation of it.
You know that I'm hardly hearing you.
It's because I whispered.
Yeah, no, but you're not moving the doodad much either.
I'm not moving the doodad?
No, not at all.
That's weird.
Mind you, I'm not in the red either.
It's in the yellow row, right?
You're down in the green.
Well, yeah, right now it's down. I'm just barely down in the green. I don't want to push it out too high. I can't push it high to you because it'll just blow your eardrums out. True. But speaking on that note, guess what?
What's that?
It's time to wrap it up.
Is it really?
It is. We're getting to the end because we have to go out and some of us still have to get ready to go.
Oh, I'm just closing all my winders.
Your winders? Just don't close the OBS winder.
Cool. So, but a wrap up to the how are people going to feed and house themselves things. One of the novel I'm working on is I'm in a fantasy world where all these things are resolved, and I'm trying to pull together what it would look like if there was no cost to anything.
Yeah.
Like everything that was not a factor. It was
Right.
what would be the best way to meet people's needs and get homeless people homed and
Homeless people housed.
and food insecurity to
Right.
be not a thing anymore. And what would we need to do? What is the thing?
Yeah,
Sky is
exactly.
the limit kind of thing. Does anybody have any ideas? Let me
Let
know.
us know.
Let me know. This is
Let your
speculative fiction. I can
let
do
your politicians know.
what I want to do, kind of deal.
Yep. So
Anyways.
I guess it's time to say goodbye. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm looking over at your screen, and I'm really not pushing a lot out.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
why
What
that
do
is.
what do your chat folks say? Can they hear you?
I've checked the audio levels; they're fine.
Okay.
But my line out, the line out isn't getting very much to you.
Oh, I wonder
Did you pull a mixer down?
if I messed it up in the.
Pull all your sliders up.
All my sliders are up. Yeah.
Okay, check your Go XLR settings.
Oh, there we go.
Is that better? You had me turned down.
Yeah, I had my sliders down. Okay.
I'll have to
that's
fix
good.
it in post.
I wasn't particularly concerned because I can hear you enough to function, but I was worried
It's
about
how much is going out to your stream.
Yeah, I was worried about how much was going out to stream. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll fix that. We're getting better.
Yeah.
We're we're gaining more viewers. I don't know what yours are at, but I know what mine's are at. Mine's at 4, but the difference between yours and mine, I got to check your data rate because you're kind of fuzzy on yours.
There's nothing fuzzy about me.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm fluffy. I'm
I'm-
not fuzzy.
I'm looking at your stream and my stream, and they're in two different places. Oh, that's because I rewound mine. Here, let's put it up. Here, so they're both there. They go. Now they match.
Okay. Alrighty.
So next week we'll be at our regular time, I think, or is there something going on that day? There was one day that we were going to have an issue. Do we have something on the 26th?
Yeah, I do. I have a hockey game.
That's right.
It's another birthday.
I won't be there.
It's another birthday. Yeah. So maybe go earlier. The 26th.
That's an afternoon game.
That's a Monday, isn't it?
Nope, it's a Sunday.
Oh, it's a Sunday?
And it's an early start, so we'll have to go really early. Because Papa will be there at 3 o'clock. So we may have to do a morning show. Oh, God. I don't know if I can do that.
Well, how long's the game?
We'll be back. You'll be back 7.
I could do that.
We could do a later show. Yeah, that might be better.
Yeah, tell you how the game went. Do
Yeah.
that.
Well, I can watch it on TV if I want. Pay money for it, but I'll watch it. So, people, they know how to get a hold of us. It's in the show notes.
Yes.
In the descriptions.
Yes.
Drop by if you didn't catch the whole show live. Well, you know what to do. Go to either channel. It's the same thing on both channels, but watch them both. Just because.
Yes.
Especially on your channel, you need the watch time.
Yeah. Like and subscribe for sure.
Please do. If you have any
Yeah.
comments, our socials are in there, and drop us a note.
And I've noticed that there's a couple of new subscribers, so thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I've gotten 7 this week.
Well, that's
Most
good.
of them are from short content, but
Oh, yeah.
they end up coming to the long form. Yeah, we got to fix your data rate. You're really blurry,
Okay.
but that's nothing for everybody watching. But it's something we need to fix. And the more viewers we get, the better we are, and the more engagement we have, and the more we talk. The show might go longer then. Because you know me, I get going and I'll shut up.
Yeah, same here.
But anyways, I think I'm going to say goodbye for now. You finally warm enough?
There, finally warm enough.
We could turn the lights up.
Yeah, I think it's the fireplace that's finally getting.
Yeah, okay, whatever. All right, say goodbye.
Right.
Remember to push the
Bye.
stop streaming button.